Hello everyone, and welcome back to Empire Pro. Or, if you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video. Today I want to discuss Travis Scott, and his current role in WWE's current top storyline. Now look, celebrities in wrestling is far from a new concept. However, Travis Scott being a part of WWE's biggest show of the year, in a widely criticised role, is certainly something we need to talk about. So, without further ado, let's take a look at how Travis Scott is bad for pro wrestling. Travis Scott's first significant WWE appearance was at the Elimination Chamber PLE on March 1st of 2025, as his latest track FEIN played himself and TKO director The Rock to the ring to confront Cody Rhodes over an ultimatum he gave Cody a week prior on Friday Night SmackDown. The quandary of Cody Rhodes selling his soul to The Rock. In return, he would become The Rock's champion and gain every reward and perk he could ever dream of. Of course, that would mean Cody would be practically handed every single win and match that he wanted. And also, pretty predictably, Cody refused the offer to the delight of the fans. What wasn't so predictable was a John Cena heel turn, screwing over Cody and siding with The Rock, selling his soul in exchange for one final run as the top star in WWE, doing things his way rather than the way the fans wanted. So where exactly does Travis Scott fit into all of this? Well, imagine everything I just told you. Imagine the shock and the pop in the arena when Cena finally turns heel, siding with The Rock, Cody falling to his knees in despair. And then imagine Travis Scott awkwardly doing some sort of weird weed ritual in the background of all of that. And then imagine him laying a shot in on a defenseless Cody Rhodes whilst he's being held down, which led to a busted eardrum for Cody, partially rupturing it in fact. Because yes, what you're imagining is exactly what just happened. And as I mentioned earlier, celebrities in wrestling can be done well. For example, Bad Bunny's inclusion in several Royal Rumble matches, a Wrestlemania tag match, and his epic street fight against Damian Priest showed that some celebs can get their big payday, as well as protect the integrity of pro wrestling. He wasn't selfish and made it all about him. He got himself over with the fans because he worked hard, he understood the business, and he was smart about the way he presented himself. We live in an era of pro wrestling where we fully understand that the concept of kayfabe is almost non-existent in 2025. We know that wrestling is scripted and predetermined, so to win over a modern audience, you need to make an impact, and you need to make it clear to them that you want to be a part of the show, rather than be the show, if that makes sense. Logan Paul is another great example of this, someone who is hated by the majority of the internet, and I'm probably no exception to that rule. But he works tremendously hard. He gets great matches out of people and is willing to lose and get beat down in order to further storylines. Look, anyway, this isn't about other celebrities. I could talk about celebrities in wrestling till the cows come home, so maybe that's another video for another day. Especially with Netflix's constant hard-on for celebrity appearances, taking up 10 to 15 minutes of each episode of Raw every week. I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but we really don't need a guy like Tom Segura, who has shat all over wrestling and wrestling fans in the past, coming on my TV screen on an episode of Monday Night Raw simply to shill whatever project he's currently working on. I mean, at least Bert Kreischer is somewhat of a wrestling fan, so kinda gets the pass from me. I want to summarise as well as I can why Travis Scott in particular is bad for pro wrestling. It's like finding a nail in your bowl of cereal. It fucking sucks, and it's not usually in my cereal. Does any of that make sense? I don't fucking know at this point. But anyway, the next time we saw Travis Scott after Elimination Chamber would be the second night of WrestleMania 41, WrestleMania Sunday, interfering to help John Cena capture the WWE title from Cody Rhodes in one of the most underwhelming main events in WrestleMania history. Not to mention the fact that his song FEIN gets blasted every second by WWE, so even if you did like it originally, like myself, it kind of gets really grating, and to hear it in the main event of what was already a pretty boring match just really was the icing on a really shit cake. Travis hands Cena the belt, Cena uses the belt as a weapon whilst the ref is distracted, wham bam, alakazam, Cena's the champ. Where was The Rock? Why did Travis Scott do a whole fucking entrance? Why does he look like a human spliff? What did any of this mean? I really can't do this anymore. I feel like I'm giving myself heart palpitations just talking about Travis Scott at this point. It was also reported recently that Travis Scott was supposed to be part of a 6-man tag match at Money in the Bank this year, teaming with Logan Paul and John Cena. However, that was apparently canned due to Travis flaking on the idea, as well as The Rock seemingly falling off the face of the earth since Elimination Chamber. And I don't give a fuck what he says, he is part of this story. He should have been at Mania, simple as that. In conclusion, Travis Scott doesn't understand pro wrestling. He isn't professional enough to be trusted, he doesn't put the work in to be respected by the fans, and ultimately, it's a net negative for WWE. Sure, he might attract new fans here and there to the product, but as soon as they see his piss-poor involvement, trust me, they're dipping out for good. And that's pretty much all I have for this video. I'm sorry it's a bit all over the place, but I just had to get across how much I think Travis Scott is just a waste of time for WWE. Celeb appearances in small dosages, I'm here for it. But Travis Scott just ain't the guy. And he isn't someone the fans can buy into. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell for post notifications. I have more video essays in the pipeline, so be sure to look out for those coming soon as well. But that's it from me. Until next time, Empire out.